So now we know beyond a shadow of a doubt that there will be pennies being minted, created, produced. Ooh, lots of copper. Oh yeah, yeah. See, and these are the ones you get from the bank still. And I usually, whenever I see these, I get a little, 'cause I'm thinking somebody, it's more recent. Maybe there'll be less copper in it. But yeah, if we don't have 10 copper, well, you know what? I take it back. Let me see. One, maybe two, three, four, maybe five. I could see the date there. It says 82, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, maybe 7 to 10. We'll see, because sometimes they look like copper, but they're not, and sometimes they are copper and they look like they're not from a distance. And this is a copper. Yeah, we probably have 10. We probably have 10. So, oh wow, nice. Misaligned die, I guess. 82, Philadelphia, large date. If we got any, this is episode 629. If we have any copper paint number one, if we have any, I've been saying in my short videos recently, hey, because I get so many views in my short videos, right? I'm starting to tell people my short videos, hey, I make long videos. You know what I mean? Because it's kind of ridiculous, 100. Oh, wow, yeah, we're going to have a lot of copper in this one. This is 2 already. I'm like, I'm getting thousands and hundred, if not hundreds of thousands of views in my shorts, right? Which is great. I'm super happy. Shorts is, for many people, including myself, short videos is where you get a lot of a lot more attention. I guess people are just swiping on their phone like all day long or whatever, living on their phone. But the long video, yeah, I like to get a little bit more attention in my long video, I guess what I'm saying. So if anybody's here from a short video, let me know in the comments below. Say, hey, Jess, yeah, man, finally got around to checking out your shorts. My short videos, not your real shorts. Right. So, oh, yeah. Nice. Real sweet. Yeah, let me know in the comments below, I'm seeing, I'm hoping it works. If not, I'm gonna stop wasting, stop saying it all the time. So, that's already 4 copper pennies. So it's half copper already, the penny roll. That's super duper awesome. So back to what I was saying before, look at that. No rimless on one side, misaligned die. We know now beyond a shadow of a doubt that there will be pennies produced in 2026. And I did basically my whole video yesterday. Episode 628 was directed towards that fact. And it's gonna be the 250th anniversary of 250 from, so it's that would be 18, no, oh yeah, so 1776. Okay, so I guess we had the 200th anniversary, and now we're having the 220, and we had the 225th, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying. It's the 250th anniversary of guess, Steve. What happened in 1776? It's just horrible, right? I don't even think you learn any of this stuff in school anymore anyway, so it doesn't even matter. Nobody. Unless you're, well, my age or older. 1776, what happened? It's a Revolutionary War? Colonies no, it wasn't the Revolutionary War. Colonies formally declared their independence from Great Britain with the adoption of the Declaration of Independence. Okay. Duh. Yeah, eyelash over here. Throw out the garbage. So that's pretty cool because I mean, if I think about all the different see, to me, I have to look this up. Oh man, is this gonna be a super long video? I'm gonna pause the video while I look it up. Take a picture of that. No, it's not a double die. Believe it or not, this is one of those pennies years that if it had shelving, it would be a double die. They show shelving, like you can see here on the two. You see that's shelving, but in this case, and you see has the little blip doubling there. That would be, and they're calling it a horizontal bar, right? I call it shelving. They're calling it a horizontal bar. Sometimes that's why it's difficult to tell between the difference sometimes between shelving and a double die from that example I showed you right there. And again, so that probably wouldn't be it looks like shelving, right? But it's not. It's a horizontal bar. It's not shelving in the example. And that's copper coins. Oh, okay. See, I wouldn't have thought this was copper, but it is, obviously. Yeah, I lost my train of thought. That's going to happen. 1776. No flare G. Oh, which years had which penny years had special designs? And well, we got quite a bit of pennies to go through here, so I guess I can go through my. I mean, I already forgot. I know that Eric, my longest time member from Kenai Collectibles, told me that the first small cent was a small cent made previous to 1998. No, I am previous to the Indian head, and it's either the Walking Liberty or Eagle or something like that. There's a, but they're not really special. That's what they made for that year, right? So it was like then you had your Indian head cents, and they all basically looked the same until they started making the wheat cents, and then all the wheat cents is another copper penny. So that's already 7 copper pennies. That's bananas. Then they made the wheat cents, and the wheat cents were all the same. So they stopped making them in last year was 1958, and then they made the Lincoln Memorial starting in 1959 up until 2008, right? You got the Lincoln Memorial up until 2008. Right, this is a 2006, so it'll be 2 more years after this. Nice toner. And then in 2009, we got a different looking penny. 2009, we got those groups of pennies that were different, and that was like the first. I mean, if you want to consider the 82, but they're really still Lincoln Memorials. They just have some. They just have all those different varieties, but they look like previously made pennies. It's just that you got the zinc and the copper in 82. But 2009 is really the first year that that the that the United States did something radically different with the image of of a penny, of a cent. And okay, here we go. We got that little, I don't know if that's considered extra metal or die chip or whatever, but we got one there. And then, of course, 2010 comes the Shield cents. Man, they ruined a perfectly good penny. So 2009 is really the first year that they did something that they really diverged away from a traditional image. And a lot of people like the 2009s. They've went up in value. Like if you want to get the proof cent, the proof, yeah, the proof 99, no white AM. The proof set, I don't know, it's like $5 or $10, something like that. That'll go up more. I mean, everything goes up with inflation, but I'm just saying, I think, I'll talk about that in another video. You know, you got your inflation, and then you got when something outgrows inflation. And pennies will outgrow inflation as they don't make them anymore, and they become more and more scarce as they get destroyed, right? Because they will eventually they'll be getting destroyed. People will melt them for copper, and people who bring them back to the mint at some point, they will not be giving them back out, and they'll be destroying them, and they'll be getting lost and all of that stuff exponentially after 2026. So the scarcity of pennies will increase in ratio come 2027. So years like 2009, where there's this like really wildly looking different, that'll become like, hey, a 72S. Well, I have not found an S. It's got to be 2 months. Let's look up the how many did they make? I know there's one that's the lowest minted non-proof, I think, is the 68S. So let's look up the let's look up that one. Mintage figures. And the link is in the description for the mintage is amounts of pennies. There's a link below. Let's go to 72. The S should be the lowest, and it is. It's not super low, but it's pretty low. All right, we got the 72 S. The proof there's only 3 million, but the regular one there's 376 million, which is a small, tiny fraction of the 3 billion and the 2.6 billion of the P and the D. So it's much less. And I actually hold on to the S's. I have a special jar I put the S's into. Let's see if we have a repunch mint mark or not. No. Nice. Another special penny. So, and then we got the Shield cents in 2010, and then we have the only special Shield cent that I could think of is the well, we got the P in 2017, but the image is basically the same. And I also saved the 2017 Ps. And then we got the W. Which one's the W? Do they show it here? The 2019 is the only year they made the W. And there's only hundreds of thousands of those made commemorating the 110th anniversary of the Lincoln Cent. And the reverse proof, there's only 383. I bought one of those. You can still get them. I think they were like $5 before, and we got another 82. Philadelphia Compa Large State. And that's the only year they put a W. The 2017 is the only year they put a P. How much of it? Let me see. I'll pause this for. I'll tell you how much you can get the W for. So this is pretty bananas. The cheapest 2019 W West Point penny you can get is $40. And I'm gonna assume, and that's one. That's it. That's the cheapest you can get on eBay. Maybe an auction they're less, but buy it now. It's $40 friggin' dollars, man. That's insane. So put it like this: probably in 2019, I think I paid 20 or 25 for mine, and I did a video on it. Right? You could. Yeah, I'll even show you. Hold on. So if you go into my my channel and you put West Point into the search, you could put anything into the search bar. 1982, any penny you want. Indian head cent, link of anything you want to see. I have thousands of videos. So anyway, so look, here it goes. I always wanted a West Point penny. Today, during episode 431 of Penny Helpjes, 431, we reviewed this penny, the 2019. Let's see if I say how much West I paid for it. Penny. Now let's read. This is what it came in. This was a gift. Can you believe that? I didn't know that. So look, you become a member of. They were free, man. The mint. They were free, and you, or they're ordering. You subscribe, right? It's only 6 years ago, man. Order coins from. They were free. They weren't even a penny. They were free. This year, with your purchase of a 2019 United States Mint proof set, United States Mint silver proof set, or the United States Mint uncirculated coin set, we've included a special limited edition Lincoln penny as a thank you for free, man. They were giving these away for free. They're like $30 now. Okay, if you want them, they were $30. This is episode 4 something, so it's almost a year ago now. Still inside the wrapper with all the stuff that we're reading now, and the envelope. All right. Each penny. All right. So you could, like I said, you can search my channel and find all the videos on just about every different penny there is. But imagine that it went up. So I said almost 30 because I paid 25, and then with tax, it was probably like 27 something. So almost 30. But now they're $40, and that's within the year. Within like 8 months. 7-8 months, they went up. They almost doubled from 25 to $40. And I can promise you that another couple years, they're going to be $50, $60 a piece. I wish I would have bought 100. I wish I would have splurged for $2,700. And I mean, like I said, pennies are one of the few in cheap things you can get. They're almost guaranteed to go up 10, 20, 30%, some of them. And if you find a lucky one, you could make, the white AMs are 10, 20 bucks. Good die clash is 10, 20 bucks. The mint state pennies are about 10 cents a piece, right? So if you can make do I have any? I don't have any mint states today. The nicest one we found was this one. I'll put this probably into my AU. It has a little bit. Yeah, I still put it into my AU roll. Those are probably worth maybe 7 cents, something like that. $3. But the point is, if you think about it logically, if you bought something if you bought a house for $100,000 and 10 years later you sold it for 400,000, I mean, that's not even a thought, right? Even with the massive amount of inflation that we have, people still are not. I mean, I'm talking about you buy it in same condition you sell it. I'm not talking about you buy a house that's destroyed and you fix it up. I'm talking about you buy it, you sell it the same condition that you got it 10 years later, and you still don't do that, right? Prices have probably doubled in the past 10 years, I would say, which is still crazy. That's because they're only usually going up 5% a year. So that would be 10% a year. So that's ridiculous. But this is even more than that, right? Anyway, so that's so the West Point and the Philadelphia, the P on the 2019 and on the W on the 2017, I believe. Yeah, 17P are the but again, as far as image goes, we only have the 2009 for all the 100 and whatever amount, 50, 60, 70 years, and now we're going to have the 2026 2009 2026, to my knowledge. If there's any of the other ones that you could think of, let me know in the comments below. But that's it for pennies. Those 2 years for having a totally different image, and that's a pretty cool. That's a pretty cool coin to collect. The 2026, again, if you get them for a penny, right? I mean, if you can get the mint, if you can order them, I would definitely order them. If you can order them, if you can get them for 5 cents a piece, in uncirculated condition, that would be tremendous. Let me know. Matter of fact, send me an email to pennyhelpjes. Sometimes I get donations to my what's that called? My PO box is listed below, and but if you know where to get the uncirculated, how to order the uncirculated 2026s, send me an email to pennyhelpjes@gmail.com. And that's it. And look at all the copper pennies we found. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's 30% copper. That is tremendous. This was a very good penny roll hunt. I really enjoyed it. I hope everyone out there also enjoyed. Click like and subscribed. And I'll see you in the next one.